called FIU's Chaplain School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. Every year, program director Chef John Noble Massey brings his students to provide our culinary support to our demonstrating chefs, and without them, none of this could be possible. So thank you, FIU students, for dedicating your time to help us here today. Thank you. And without further ado, my co-MC here, Jared Sharp. Test 1, 2.
I'll switch you out. Wait. All right. I'm going to take Taylor's. Perfect. Hello, everybody. I am Jared Sharp. I am one of the directors on the Deering Estate Foundation board. Thank you so much for coming out today and showing your support. This is incredible. This event that we are doing, specifically the chef's demonstration stage, has really been fueled not just by the chefs that come up here and present, but you don't see the students that are behind the stage over here. And they work their tails off all day long to make sure that you all get quality food, you all get fast taste, you all get some really wonderful experiences. And every year that we plan this event, we always want to make sure to let them shine. So the FIU School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, along with the Deering Estate Foundation, and is it Patron this year that sponsored the drinks? Is that what?
Yes, Patron by Bacardi.
Correct. So, by Bacardi, I'm sorry. It was Patron last year. Good. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Patron.
Patron, perfect. Anyway, they have created this competition that takes place during the spring semester where the students are given a target protein to work with. This year it was calamari. They have to come up with their own unique creation. They will present that to the judges, the panel of judges, who will get to taste what they've made along with the drink by the sponsor. And they come up with some really incredible creations. And it's really hard because I told Professor Massey, I was like, I would almost love to do an entire event with just the students, because I feel like the amount of passion the students put into this is just far beyond what some of the chefs come with from the restaurants. You guys are going to be impressed. So I would like to welcome our student chefs here. We have William Ossie over here. He's a second-year student at FIU. And we have Adrian Mangano over here, who is a second-generation student at FIU. Your dad was an alum, right? Is that right?
Yes, he was at the hospitality school as well.
At the hospitality school. Fantastic. And they're going to present to you a lovely salt and pepper calamari with wasabi oil. But before we get to that, we're going to start with the good stuff. Yeah. They're going to bring out their own special creation, which they have titled the Tom Kha Gai Margarita. Now, in order to make this happen, we do have to follow our policies. It's just too much of a risk not to, so we can only serve you if you have a wristband on to identify that your ID has been checked. So please make sure you show that to us as we bring around the trays. At that, I'm going to turn it over to the students. Please enlighten us on your creations. Thank you.
All right. Deering Estate Seafood Festival, how are we doing today? We're doing good? All right, it's been a long day of seafood, and we're going to provide you with a little bit more. So, to start, William's going to give a quick introduction about himself.
Hi, everyone. My name is William. I'm a sophomore at FIU. I'm currently studying hospitality management. I don't know exactly what I want to do in hospitality, but recently I had an opportunity to work at the Sobe Wine and Food Festival. And I really like the culinary aspect of it. And when I saw this competition, we looked at each other and we're like, we're going to do this. And we started brainstorming and prepping, and here we are.
Yeah. And my name again is Adrian Mangano. As mentioned before, my dad was an alumni at FIU in the hospitality school. And growing up with him, I was surrounded by food from all different flavors and cultures. And so that definitely growing up gave me a big love for food and the hospitality world in general. Again, as William mentioned, we both participated in the Sobe Wine Food Festival, which was an amazing experience that we got to be a part of. And I would definitely say start our journey in working together and coming up with any food creation we could think of. Yeah, so to start, basically what we have for you today is a salt and pepper calamari and a Tom Kha Gai margarita. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the drink first. We're going to start, so the drink's being passed out, I believe, very soon, if not now. And coming up with this drink, both the food and the drink, they both have an Asian influence. This one specifically is Thai. So growing up in my house, my dad, he would make this soup. It was called Tom Kha Gai. It's a Thai soup, and when we came to when we were thinking about this recipe, we were given Patron tequila as the spirit we had to use. So we were thinking, what drinks go good with that? Well, what drinks go good with that is a margarita. And what's in a margarita? Some lime, tequila, you have a little bit of sweetener. So we both thought about connecting that with the soup. And here we are, Tom Kha Gai margaritas. So to start with this, we started with some Real coconut cream. We did half an ounce of this. So it's going right in. We then did a half an ounce of lime juice. And then we wanted to get creative with this dish, definitely. So if you want to talk a little bit about how we made this item right here.
So this is a Thai chili pepper honey syrup. So basically it's a simple syrup, 1 part honey, 1 part water. And we infused it with Thai chilies, boiled it, and then cooled it down. So you're gonna get a little bit of spice in your drink. It's pretty good.
And I'm sure just by explaining, you can tell it's a little complicated. We spent, I think, 2 days? We spent about 2 nights just working in the kitchen together, testing out different ratios and different ingredients. And this is one of the ones we made on our own. As you said before, Thai chili honey simple syrup. And it was made with simple Thai chilies right here, throwing them in. Turned out great. So then we're going to actually go in with 0.75 ounces of this. All right. And then we have another item that we create on our own right here. If you want to talk about that?
So this now is another concoction. First we started off with coconut milk, and we chopped lemongrass, put it on the stove, and let it simmer for like 2 hours. It's lemongrass, ginger, and coconut milk.
Yeah, so this was just another way to almost add a little bit more coconut flavor, because in the soup, traditionally, I'm not sure if any of you guys have had it, you get those Thai flavors of lemongrass, coconut, some lime, and of course, Thai chilies. So to accent that, we figured what would be better than almost creating a bit of a different rundown soup version where you have the lemongrass and the coconut milk coming together to accent that drink. So to really bring out those flavors, we're gonna be going in there with 1 ounce of the coconut milk lemongrass. All right. And then for our drink, we decided to do something a little bit different, a little bit special to kind of put ourselves out there. So in drinks, a lot of time, I'm sure you guys are familiar with see bitters in your drink. I like to call this kind of our bitter for our margarita. In Thailand, you have a bunch of different fish flavors. And again, this is the seafood festival. So we decided to actually add some fish sauce into our margarita to kind of complement that and give notice to that seafood flavor you get from the soup. And we also just found out, even though when you see fish sauce by yourself, you smell it, it's super overpowering. But in the margarita, it evens out just perfectly to add that little bit of umami and saltiness. So when you guys are tasting this drink, on the back notes, you should have that little bit of umami and that Thai chili.
Margaritas are also rimmed with salt, so instead of rimming the glass with salt, we added the salt into the drink.
Exactly. So we just went in with 3 drops of that. Nothing too overpowering, but you definitely still get that accent of it. And then, of course, we're finishing off with our Patron tequila. Right. And we're going to go in with 2 ounces of that. Yep. All right. And then we're just going to shake it up, so top it off with some ice. If you want to, William, talk about a little bit how we're using the chili peppers for kind of throughout our dish.
Yeah, so the chili peppers, we also incorporated it into our calamari dish. After frying the calamari, we saute it with green onions, ginger, and pepper. And yeah, that way we have the connection between the drink and the dish.
All right, and so then we're going to take our shake and drink, and we're going to get some ice in our rocks glass right here. Go ahead, top it off just like that. And as we said, we have quite a few connections in our drink between the Asian flavors and also Thai chilies in general. So that's one key ingredient to look out for and see if you can really taste it in both. So then we're just taking our drink and we're going for a nice strain right into the glass. And as you see, when it comes out, you have this beautiful white color, which, if you have the soup, almost the exact same color going in there. And then we decided to do a little garnish with a piece of lemongrass. Not only you might taste lemongrass, a little bit of flavor going in there, but it's very big when it comes to what you smell while you're drinking the cocktail. Because as we know, when you're drinking a cocktail, yes, it's a lot of the taste, but there's 100 other senses you can play with, whether that be look, smell, taste, etc. So we just finish it just like that. And that is our Tom Kha margarita that we have right there. So thank you. That is being passed around right now. Please enjoy that, guys. And now going off of that, we're going to move into our salt and pepper calamari, also taking the Asian influence. But this one, instead of sticking to Thailand, it's definitely more of a combination. So feel free to take that away, William.
Yeah, so they're passing out the drinks now. Hope you guys enjoy it. We think it's really...
Can I pause for 1 second? Does anybody have any questions about the preparation of the drink or any of their methods before we move on to the food? If not, we can keep on going. I just want to give it a chance to ask your questions if they're fresh on your mind. Phenomenal. I can't wait to taste it. Please continue. Thank you so much.
All right, so I'm just going to start with the wasabi aioli. It's working. I'm going to start with the wasabi calamari that's served with wasabi aioli that's served with the calamari. These are the ingredients here. We use a mixture of Kewpie mayo and normal mayo. Kewpie mayo has like more Asian flavors in it. It's a little bit stronger, adds more flavor to it. We use rice wine vinegar in that as well, and wasabi powder. There's 2 ingredients that we don't have here. I also put some soy sauce. We use Badia roasted garlic powder, and a little bit of honey to give it some sweetness.
Yeah, and as you've seen, I'm sure throughout, Badia has been a big brand that we've been using throughout the whole entire process when it comes to the coconut milk and all the seasonings that we're using for that.
All right, now for the calamari. We have it pre-cut over here. 1 second. So when cutting the calamari, is this camera? Can you guys see this? You guys can see? All right. So we have these sections here that we cut in half, and I don't know if you can see, but we actually score it into like diamonds. This is because there. That's cross section.
There we go.
There you go. You see the cross sections there. We do that because when you fry it, it actually makes it curl up, and when you add the seasoning after, it gets in the grooves, so it gives a lot of texture. Also, have some rings and tentacles, so you're getting kind of a mix of all of that in there.
And again, all this texture is really coming together to really grab all those ingredients that we're throwing on here and bring it all together, so you're not having, a little bit of spice here, a little bit of too much saltiness over here. It really brings it all together.
We also add salt, black pepper, and white pepper at every stage. So here in this calamari, we're gonna add salt, white pepper, black pepper. We use white pepper and black pepper because they have different notes. The white pepper is a lot earthier and has a more mellow taste. The calamari, we would be battering it, This is a mixture of cornstarch and cornmeal. The cornmeal is what makes it like crispy and lets it stay crispy. And it also has salt, black pepper, white pepper in this.
And then just one more thing, especially when you guys have had calamari before, as he just mentioned, we're using, right? What are we using in the flour?
Excuse?
What were we using in the flour? Cornstarch, you said?
Cornstarch and cornmeal.
So a lot of times you'll see flour, right, when you're having that calamari. So this is a texture that we found that we really liked that made it just a little bit crispier and held a lot of that still bounciness and juiciness inside the calamari.
The cornstarch is also lighter than the flour, so it's not going to be as heavy. So the calamari, the camera's here. Can you guys see the cutting board? Yeah? All right. So calamari goes into the cornstarch mixer. Completely bread it, completely cover it. That'll be good there. Shake it off. Like that. And then that will go to a fryer. I don't have a fryer here, so yeah. After that, we saute green onion, ginger, and the chilies to mix with the calamari. And do that now.
And yeah, again, we don't have a fryer here, but when you would go to fry it, you want to make sure, I believe it was around 350, I think we had the oil at, and you know to pull it out right when it starts to get that perfect golden brown crispiness. And again, the way me and William, we cut the calamari, that rectangular scored pattern, it'll also show when it's cooked because it starts to curl. So that's another perfect indicator that we were able to use.
Yes. Thank you. All right, so here we're chopping our green onions. I like using some of the green. I'll save this for the garnish for after, so it gives it the color. And then I'll add this into like what we actually cook on the pan. Just give it a chop like that. And set that aside. Now we're using these that are also in the drink. These are really hot, so I'm using a very little bit just to give it the flavor and the smell.
And again, these Thai chilies are really our connection. That's what's bringing this drink with this dish. While the drink is more Thai influenced, definitely the calamari dish is a real combination of Asian flavors coming together with wasabi, Japan, chili peppers, Thailand, salt and pepper calamari, China.
Also, when cutting the Thai chilies, I like to add green and red Thai chilies so that you get the color in the presentation and everything comes together nicely.
Yeah.
So just chop a little bit of those up too. Add it to the green onion. Lastly, ginger. Gonna cut it like that. Cut off the skin. Actually, a trick with ginger, if you cut it thin enough, you could get the knife. Well, let's not try that. I want to break the table. Just chop it up.
But yeah, where he was going, if you cut the ginger usually thin enough, you can do a quick smash and it will instantly dice itself. It's a crazy little magic trick.
That's like way too long.
All right. All good. Nice, nice.
All right, so we have our green onions, ginger, and Thai chilies. We're going to be cooking the oil. And we also here have coconut oil. And this is actually left over from the Food and Wine Festival. They made a Miami Vice, which is a half pina colada, half strawberry daiquiri. And they fat washed the rum with this coconut oil to infuse it. So what they do is they get the coconut oil and they melt it down, make it liquid, and they add the room temperature rum to it, and then they freeze it. And once it freezes, the rum and the coconut oil separate from each other and it infuses the rum. So
And
we're using that coconut oil.
again, just as he mentioned, that was from the Sobe Wine and Food Festival. And throughout this whole process, when we were doing a lot of prep work, obviously we had a lot of, product that we didn't need to use. So all of that we made sure to compost, and it's all been recycled. So that's something we definitely do. at FIU, and it's a key factor we definitely try to hit on anytime we're making food at the university and in general.
I'm gonna start this now. It's not too much. Put a little bit of sesame oil in there, coconut oil.
And it looks like everybody was able to get a drink. How do we like the drink? It was pretty good, guys? We liked it? Yeah, I hope you guys were really able to taste that little bit of spiciness just going in the back as you drink it, and then those other accents coming out through the lemongrass we have here, a little bit of ginger flavor, and that sweetness and the lime. Definitely the lime, when you're trying this drink, it's a forefront of flavor, but the other ones kind of coat around it to really make a smooth, delicious margarita.
All right, so once your oil is heated, you're just gonna get all your ingredients, add it. Just mix it around, get the aroma out of the ingredients. Also at this step, I like to add a little bit of roasted garlic and salt and pepper again. Ooh, that was too much.
And throughout this whole process, it's definitely going through the white pepper, pepper, salt, garlic, and in most of the steps, right, we're adding that in there to definitely bring out that flavor as much as we can, because as we fry it, as we sear it, it can retract some of that flavor, but just adding little bits throughout the process brings it out to exactly where we want it to be.
I don't know if you guys can smell it. It adds a lot of aroma to the dish. So after we fry the, we will toss it in this.
Yeah. And when the calamari is coming out to you guys, you'll see this exact topping being right on top, complemented with that aioli as we talked about on the side. So, hope you guys enjoy that. All right.
Turn that off now.
Perfect. Cut that off. Nice. And that is what we have for you guys. I believe, yeah, the calamari is coming out right now. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any drink left over, not sure if you do, but it would complement very well with squid when we try that together. I don't know
have
yet.
any questions?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
So they are peppercorns, and they are picked at different times. And the white pepper is the same exact black peppercorn. They just take the skin off and then grind it.
Yeah.
This one is gonna give you more of like the black pepper, like the kick, and then this one's a little bit more earthy and like a more mellow flavor.
Yeah, honestly, the white pepper is giving it a little bit more of those aromatics and Asian spices influence, and the black pepper, again, it's giving you that mouth feel when you're tasting that calamari. I recommend. It's a good thing.
They use a lot of white pepper. Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions right now?
Fantastic. I apologize. I was just working on some things over there. Any other questions? I'm happy to bring the mic around. We have one. Where do we have one? Oh, here we are. We have a question from our videographer, Arturo.
Let's do this the right way. We're going to flip the camera.
All right.
Flip the camera. Okay.
How are we liking the calamari?
Phenomenal.
Is that good too? Yes? Came out good? Glad to hear.
So Willie, I have a question for you. Does inspiration from your students like just give you the drive that you're gonna be a cook to the day you die?
You know, there's nothing more rewarding than teaching students and having them be acknowledged and recognized here on this stage. So to me, that's the best. I work at the best school, first of all. I have the best students. And by the way, don't you all clap because my boss is here, the dean. So please join me in thanking my dean, Michael Chang. Also have the best boss and best colleagues. So it's really rewarding. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is our 4th year doing this. And so I think we get better and better each year. And there are not only white and black peppercorns, but there's also green peppercorns and pink peppercorns. So all depending on your application. So, but I love the students' answers.
Yeah.
How did everyone enjoy? Really good? Yeah. Right. So, and then I want to also acknowledge the students in the back. I know we've got some students here that are working their butts off. So Sarah, Dean, Julian, Ariana, and Laura. Right. So, oh look, you got the camera back there. So we've been back there all day. So it's nice to see. I do want to share with you all, our core principles at the school are this: experiential learning, right? So we just came off of, in February, we had the South Beach Wine and Food Fest. So to date, that festival's raised over $40 million for student scholarships. So the theme for that, we need to come up with a theme for the Deering Seafood Festival. The theme for that Sobe Wine and Food Fest is eat, drink, and the last part is near and dear to me, which is educate. So if you're a participant, a patron of that festival, you're a patron of this festival, you're supporting students. So they get acknowledged, but not only by the stage, but there's also some scholarship money that they get as well in recognition of their efforts. And so we're really proud of them for that. Happy to take any questions that the students that you have for me instead of the students. Otherwise, I'll turn it back over to y'all to enjoy the rest of your evening. Yes, please.
Now that I'm hooked to this margarita, where are we gonna get?
You know what? We got to encourage the students to be one of the things that one of our core principles at the Chaplain School is entrepreneurship, and so we're building classes around how a student. It's great that they know how to cook. It's great that they know how to make a wonderful cocktail, but we aren't training them to be the best bartenders and the best chefs in the world. We're training them to manage the best team, and you're going to lead those teams by walking in those shoes. So one of our students in the back is an events manager, is in our events program. Events are really good. What's the best part of an event? Food and beverage, right? So the food and beverage guy gets to enjoy. I'm a food guy, but Adrian was saying, you know a little bit about beverage too in the back. I say, yes, of course. Right? I just like good things, right? So thank you for that question. So teaching them entrepreneurship and leadership at the highest level. Come on out. Let's get all of our students. If we're done serving, let's get all of our students out and give them a proper thank you. And I'm gonna, now that you're finished with that, our other students are gonna have our students just say, introduce yourself. What else should I ask them? What their favorite food is? What's that? Favorite food, and that's good.
Hi, my name's Dean, and my favorite food is churrasco with white rice with black beans.
My name is Julian Lavinia, and my favorite food is a turkey leg.
Hi, my name is Sarah Grant. My favorite food is Colombian food.
Hi, my name is Laura, and my favorite food is taco.
Hi, my name is Ariana, and I love lomo saltado.
We do live and breathe our middle name, which is international, right? And so international cocktail and food, and obviously the students have diverse tastes as well. So I'll turn it back over to Jared. Thank you so much for supporting this awesome festival. Thank you so much for supporting our awesome students. Thanks.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you all to the students. You have been an amazing asset to this festival, festivals before. And what you don't know is that this is not the only event that the FIU students helped us with. We have a few other events throughout the year that we bring the FIU students in on. In fact, they were just here on Friday evening under this same tent, and back in the classroom over there. A meal. My phone is having some issues. Preparing a meal for the chef's table dinner that we do prior to the seafood festival. And again, without them, these things wouldn't be able to be possible. So thank you Thank you all. Congratulations on your win. You guys definitely deserved. I didn't get to taste all of them this year. I was out of town, so I just got to taste yours, but I think it was the best.
Thank you.
You guys did great. Wonderful. Anything else you want to add about yourselves, your ambitions, your food?
No, I mean, we love cooking, we love hospitality, and I think we definitely see that both somewhat in our futures, especially with just creating new things and experimenting with stuff like we did. Yeah.
Oh, can we get his mic on? Here.
All right, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity and thank you to the chef in the back. He helped us out a lot. He helped us prep everything, and it's been a great experience.
Thank you all again so much for being here and supporting us and making this event so much fun. For all of you who are sitting out here in the audience, I just want to remind you, you have QR codes on the sheets of paper that we gave you. Those QR codes will link you to everything that is related to this festival, including the recipes that we got to sample here today, or from the dishes you got to sample. You can attempt the recipes at home and see how you compare. It is fantastic. Also, at the end of that link, when you click on, or when you follow the QR code at the very bottom of that web page, you'll find a link to a survey. And if you'd rather fill out the paper survey, it's over here. Please take a minute or two to fill out that survey. This is, the Deering Estate requires a lot of extra support from people outside of our own foundation and our own establishment, the Miami Park System. And the survey that you're going to be taking actually will give us a lot of really beneficial information that we can then use to apply for grants. And that grant money is really what keeps us running. So it's not just something about, how did we do for a TripAdvisor review. This is actually going to be something that is truly substantial for us in applying for future funding in order to keep our programs strong, in order to keep things like this happening. So please take a minute if you don't mind. And if you'd like a paper survey, we have them up here for you. It'd be great. Now, before you all leave, this is the reason why you come to the Chef's Demo tent. We have some free things to give out to you. One of the best ways that you can support the Deering Estate is by becoming a foundation member. We have several different levels of membership. Your membership gets you access to all of our, property. You have
This is Color Creek. In the past, a lot of fresh water flowed through here into the bay. This is a gumbo limbo tree native to South Florida. It has many uses, and sometimes it's called a tourist tree because it's a tourist sitting in the sun for too long with its red peeling bark.
this land as a significant place for their gatherings. There's archaeological sites and burial mounds back here you can take actually trips to if you come out here and join our tours. All that to say is that this is more than just a pretty piece of land with old houses on it. Everybody likes to come for the beauty. We have weddings here all the time, and for good reason. It's absolutely stunning, right?